Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Last time we discovered that the secret society controls everything and everybody. No nation is safe. There are people everywhere. Also, your brother is among them, maybe the leader, maybe the secret weapon. Also, he punches people in the face who are wearing masks. That is a thing that he does. Also, he knows that you know who he is and his cult. But he doesn't take after you. He instead kills one of his own cultists in order to protect you, even though he knows that you are the traitor, so to speak, the one who does not fit. But now let's head over to a quest over here that I passed by on my first path through because it was marked as a level 15 quest. That is for the Prince of Persia.
You there. You have a kind soul. Help an old man buy his next meal.
I'm not. I don't know. Here's some drachme. Seems a bit rude, but let's go with that.
Your soul also seems kind.
I am grateful and humbled, stranger. Tell me, what do they call you?
I'm Kassandra. And you?
Just a simple beggar.
This version of Kassandra makes for a terrible spy, giving her name to everybody. But then
Persian, but I can't restore sight.
No,
but then really James Bond gives his actual name to everybody he meets, so
the gods have given me to carry, and I will.
Then what?
Be my eyes. When I was a boy, an Athenian told me the most beautiful tales of your lands. I would love to hear them again. Would you go see the places I never was able to, and return to tell me the tale of your adventures?
So first he wants a meal, now he wants a travel
I'm
guide.
not much of a storyteller, but
But I suppose I'll do my best.
I knew I sensed kindness in you. You've made this old Persian happy again.
don't thank me yet. What places do you wish you could have seen?
My favorite tales were always of the Acrocorinth. The statues of Zeus in Athena, the perch of the armored bird in Arcadia, and of course, the mysterious mound Taigetos.
So tell me what you know about the statue of Zeus.
I believe the statue of Zeus, he's looking for the Kephalonian statue, the one that's of the...
I was told.
I've already seen
I've
it.
seen Kephallonia from the statue of Zeus.
Tell me, is it still a place of great beauty?
Yes, the island is beautiful. From the statue of Zeus, you can see the sea hitting the white beaches and the mountains covered in green. But its people suffer because of the war.
Just how it was described to me.
I remember how somebody else already told me that story that I asked you to bring to me.
Your gods.
Truly, no story is greater than the stories that I already
Now
know.
tell me about yourself. What's a Persian doing here?
Persia and the Greek world are doomed to be opposites. In times of prosperity here, Persians always seem to suffer. And when you're at war with yourselves...
Persians know peace?
Indeed. My people prospered after King Xerxes was murdered. All except for me. A man tried to kill me with poison, which is how I lost my
So his name is Artaxerxes. Any relation to the King Xerxes?
I find it hard to believe anyone would want you dead.
You're very kind. Tell me another tale, then I'll tell you more of my past.
Alright, where's the statue of Athena?
Which one do you mean?
Or is the statue of Athena busy following Kratos around?
History always began. As we rounded the hilltops, we could see Athens bustling below us, and Athena above, matching our gaze.
And what about Acrocorinth?
The Acrocorinth. Don't tell me. It's in Corinthia.
Smart guess. It is the most renowned temple to Aphrodite. your goddess of all life's most pleasurable trivialities.
You did say Mount
In
Taygetus,
Mount
didn't you?
Taygetus.
You know that place. I have heard tales of its appetites. They say the mountain feeds on the
Hey, where do the poor people live in Mount Tay? They live in the Mount Tay ghettos.
That's not exactly right. What do you remember about this armored bird in Arcadia?
There's a beast
Is it an actual bird that flies around? Or is it a statue of a bird? And the undulating fields of wheat.
I'll be back with stories to tell.
As soon as you've seen one location, please return.
This papyrus is so old. Could this be writing by Themistocles?
Because if you go to... Because if you go to, like, every location and then decide, I'm gonna just do it all and then dump all of these quests at the same time, that becomes problematic. Actually, hold on a second. Is Megaris now back in the Athenian? Okay, no, it's Spartan. It's just the purple bar. So yeah, if you try to, like, oh, I'm going to do all of the quests, all the locations, and then come back, it becomes a problem in which you're, like, just dumping these quests and getting speech after speech. Of just a big information dump right in front of you. And that takes a while. But first, it appears as though one of the... as though one of my targets is here. Are you definitely not thinking what I'm thinking? Because, okay, so we got the, we got a lot of guys surrounding her. Nope, she's not standing still. Of course she would not stand still. That would be crazy talk. Whoops. Because I was thinking... What if I were to just jump into the water and swim my way around? I wouldn't necessarily have to worry about all these dudes blocking the way. But if she's not going to stay in one place, that definitely becomes very problematic. And are you an instant kill or... Nope. You are just a stealth attack, so I'll let you live. Although I'd imagine I'd be able to get away with fighting you on these... barristers? Is that what they're called? Without really upsetting anybody around us. No raisin at all. Okay, I'll try this swimming technique. Because then, in theory, I should be able to dive, circle around to the other side of that ship, and maybe... just maybe, get in and out without having to really fight anybody. Especially since Kassandra's oxygen meter is so long. Like, it's especially so since the last game I played was... was Tomb Raider. And she... And Lara in Rise... Or Shadow of the Tomb Raider barely had any oxygen. So that guy is looking in my direction. Is there anybody looking in his? Well, there is that guy over there. I wonder if I can whistle from this these spots. Because I haven't tried.
Where did that come from?
Ah, that worked. So in theory, he'll be able to walk on over here. I'll just spam Y a whole bunch of times. And then he's dead. Such stealth. And actually, I don't think these characters are able to swim. So then I could possibly do the exact same for her, too. This member of the cult. In fact, I didn't even stab her then. They're just such bad swimmers. Wow. Okay. Let's go on. So the gymnasium is a restricted territory. I guess Kassandra doesn't have a membership. Camp of the Bow Bearers. Interesting. Seems as though they are not pledge any sort of allegiance to any particular group. And I'm sure they don't mind people just kind of sneaking around outside of camp. They're like, this person is crouched, wandering around in a very curious manner. She seems to be okay. She realized I was up to no good once I had begun assassinating her. Oh, and they've got a dog.
I'm pretty sure I saw something.
Did you see something? Are you that certain?
I'm just scaring myself.
Correct, you saw nothing. You didn't even see Stranger Things on Netflix. Yeah, I finally dodged somebody correctly. Come, walk through your own fire. Do it. Ah. It's hard to dodge people when you can't see your own character, let alone yourself. Alright, that's done. Did that incur any, notoriety? Seems to be no. Nobody cared. I like the fact that they have like a giant pile of shields, but nobody actually used a shield here.
Is it a big hurt or a little hurt?
I don't know.
Well, does it hurt like a bear biting you? Or a mouse?
Like 3 mouses. No, like 4.
Ah, so a puppy bite-sized hurt. Got it.
That's a specific way
Will
of
the hurts
figuring
go
out.
away?
Tell you what, you have to scare it away. If you roar like a lion, it'll run.
Grr!
Good job. Now run along home.
I don't know, that lion roar needs a little bit of work. It needs to
Yes,
workshop her
on the
lion
town.
roar.
You must be a Misthios. Are you here for treatment?
That depends. Will I have to roar for you?
Sometimes the best medicine I can give my patients is a dose of hope. I take it you're not in need of care.
I'm healthy as a horse.
You look strong and prepared for anything.
I'm as healthy as a horse,
My
except
patients
the horse is
demand
very,
their
very
herbs.
sick.
There's a patch of them
and
growing
about
by a
to be
little
put
stream
down.
southeast of here.
That
Are you too
horse.
busy to pick them?
Too chewy. A pack of wolves is resting near the stream. I'll pay you generously for your trouble.
You know how to talk to Misthios. Is that all you want? The mandrake herbs?
For now, bring them back to me, and I'll package them for my patients. Then we'll see.
I'll bring you the herbs.
Okay.
You said they were southeast of here.
Yes, by a little stream northeast of Kira. The flowers haven't bloomed yet, but the leaves are a distinctive gray-green. Thank you.
Alright, we can distract ourselves from the main quest for long enough to find some herbs. Now, I suppose you could argue that these kinds of quests, this is basically just a fetch quest, but because the fetch quest has been given purpose, it's been given personality. It's not just, it's like one of my biggest issues with, Star Wars Galaxies when it came out. Well, other than the fact that it didn't run on my computer. That was probably the bigger issue. Was the fact that, it's largely just, those kinds of quests. Just going from point A. Oh, man.
Herbs would be near a little stream. That looks like it.
Without any personality to them. It's just you go to a mission like in the original launch of Star Wars Galaxies, you went to a mission computer and it gave you a random mission, which was basically just beginning and destination. There was nothing else to it. I don't know what happened as the series progressed, because I kind of bowed out after like the first month's subscription. Because, like I said, it didn't really work on my computer. What did he say? It was like a distinct gray leaves? By the river?
These must be the herbs Lycaon wanted.
But I need like 5 of them? Alright. Oh, okay. Now, I remember the point of that
Mandrake herbs?
giving the generic missions at the time for Star Wars Galaxies was to create was to encourage a more player-driven economy, more player-driven content, which I would admit at the time I would not have gotten into. I definitely didn't understand then. Though it did have certain ideas that I think are particularly relevant for a Star Wars MMO that, unfortunately, that fans would probably dislike, such as not everybody should be a Jedi. Though I would argue that it might be really, really difficult to balance how that comes out to play.
Here, I found your herbs.
Thank you. I'll prepare these for my patients. Could you please stay a while?
I'll wait.
Stay a while and listen.
I've crushed the herbs so they'll be easier to take. Could you please bring them to my patients? Just tell them they're from me, Lycaon.
I thought I brought you more herbs than this.
I needed to save a double dose for my grandmother. I'll give it to her soon.
Sure. I'll just deliver the rest then.
Thank you.
Sneaky, sneaky
All my
healer.
patients are in and around the Hora of Delphi. One should be at the animal pens to the west. One is building a house in the northeastern corner. And one works in the fields to the south. Come back here when you're done.
I'm sure I can find them.
None of them have names or genders they identify with, or faces even. How do they even ingest these herbs? How?
Lycaon sends his regards.
The medicine he promised. Thank you. Tell me, did he look well?
He didn't look sick to me.
I've seen him up and walking around at all hours, mumbling to himself. He seems worried. I should bring him some sweets to cheer him up.
I'm sure he'd appreciate that.
Perhaps bring him some high fives. And then, if that doesn't cheer him up, mix in some low fives for appreciation.
Lycaon made this medicine for you.
Thanks. See, I take care of these beasts, and Lycaon takes care of me. Too bad nobody takes care of him, though.
What do you mean?
His parents died young. His grandmother raised him, but then she was born under a cursed star. Never mind that. He's a good boy.
I'm sure he is.
But doctor, I am Pagliacci. Alright, and I guess this is the guy who's working in the fields, even though there are a whole bunch of people working in the field.
These herbs are from Lycaon.
Oh, thank you.
That is a
That
very
physician is
low-cut
so thoughtful
field
and
uniform that she's
so
wearing.
Handsome. It's too bad he's decided not to marry.
Why not?
He just told me some nonsense about not wanting to burden an innocent woman with his worries. Personally, I just wish he'd been honest and said I'm not his type.
I wonder why he'd say that.
Such mystery. Maybe too much mystery? I assume that this quest might lead me to recruiting him.
I delivered all your medicine. Seems you have a lot of people concerned for your well-being.
Thanks. My grandmother, Praxithea, I have to bring her the last of the medicine. Will you come along with me to her house? I think I need your help.
Yes. I'd like to know what's going on here.
His grandma is actually a giant
My grandmother's
ogre.
house is this way.
No,
Thanks for coming with me.
it is a wolf.
Did you say you've killed many people?
Why do you ask me that?
If someone is impious to the point of doing grave injustice to people as well as the gods, do they not deserve punishment?
What did Praxithea do?
She spoke false prophecies for years. Those who came to her for advice received only lies.
Your grandmother was an oracle?
Yes, up on the hill in Delphi. She confessed to me recently that she never heard the gods, and only repeated the words she was told.
Told by vile people with evil intentions.
Exactly.
Well, that would essentially make her about the same as the other oracle I met.
My family was torn apart by false prophecy. If it was one of hers,
Also, how
I may
does
take matters into my own
Kassandra
hands.
know that her prophecy was false? I guess she assumes that her oracle that almost got her and Alexios killed, also had somebody telling her to do such. But what if the oracle saw the prophecy that if Alexios and Kassandra would really screw things up?
You'll just bring more shame on our family.
I don't want to do this, Agavi. But for the sake of justice, we can't let Praxithea live.
It's out of our hands anyway. Some strange men were searching the village today, looking for her. I brought them here, and they dragged her away.
What kind of justice is that?
You wouldn't understand. She was an impious old fool. Now we have nothing more to worry about. Who are you, anyway?
I'm Kassandra. I've also been wronged by false prophecy. It might have been your grandmother's.
If we don't find her, we can't settle any of this. Please help me figure out where she's been taken.
I'll look for clues.
What did you expect me to do? All that talk about killing? A solution showed up, so I took it.
That wasn't the way it was supposed to happen. She's my responsibility.
So
not
wait,
yours.
who is this woman?
I'm surprised Apollo himself didn't strike her down long ago.
Like, he's not married, so
Praxithea must have
she's
lost
not
this bracelet in the struggle.
his
An
wife.
ordinary thief would have left something so valuable behind.
You know, there's not really much to their house, so it's like... Oh, hello.
This looks like a contract. Deliver the package to the drop-off and don't damage it. If they mean Ligaun's grandmother, chances are she's alive.
Okay, so it looks like there should be one more clue. Is it in the laundry? You know, all of her clothes look like towels. Is it in the rocks? Oh. No, I don't need to worry about that. That's already all the way there. No. Actually, oh, hello.
Have you seen anything strange going on around here?
Well, if bandits taking over my cousin's farm is strange, yes.
What did they do?
Gave her a running start.
They
She
took
couldn't
over
get
her
there.
cousin's
They've set up
farm.
camp, and they're armed and dangerous.
Interesting. Where is that farm?
It's not far west of here, but I wouldn't mess with those bandits.
Thanks for the advice.
Well, as it turns out, messing with bandits is what I do.
Praxithea was kidnapped and brought to a farm west of here. The bandits were hired to deliver her alive.
Thank you for figuring that out, Kassandra.
I'm no fool, Ligaun. Your sister put Praxithea in great
Okay,
danger.
she's
You've
his
been
sister.
asking me about killing. Do you want me to end her life?
No. It has to be me. I need to kill her.
She's your grandmother, and you're no killer. You should give this more thought.
She's my responsibility. I don't want her to suffer. That's why I asked you for Mandrake. It's a painkiller. But for now, will you go to the farm to stop those bandits? I don't think I can take them all on myself.
Especially with my non-armor
Let's
or
go find
weapons.
Praxithea.
Thanks, Kassandra. You said the farm was to the west. I'll meet you there.
Alright, she is in the center of the sacred lands of Apollo and being held in the farmhouse. Probably that location? Alright, so here is the farm where they're keeping the grandma for some reason. Although I wonder, like, if she was notable for telling lies. Or not for telling lies, for basically telling what other people told her to say. Does this essentially mean that the people who are holding her hostage are people whose lives were affected by what she said?
I should try to stay out of sight.
You should try. Is it you?
The farm of Praxitia is being held prisoner.
How did you know? Also, are you planning to build a base during times such as these? Then always trim all of the bushes around your base. All of them. Still good times. That is probably my most successful toss to date. Alright, and you are facing that way. So we got these two guys. The one on the left is facing in my direction. The one on the right is not. But I can just chain assassinate them, I think. Okay, so chain assassinating did not work. But I was able to just run up to him and stealth attack him anyway. Also, it appears that they've got another hostage for some reason. Like, they were like, hey, I wonder how many hostages we could just have sitting around.
You saved me!
You are correct. You are very observant on what I have just done.
I will thank you, my child. We must get away from here. Could more bandits be coming? Please, let's get out of here.
I like your plan. I was planning to just stick around and do nothing, but... Also, she's quite spry for, like, he said that was his grandma?
Thank you for saving me, dear child.
Don't thank me, voice of Apollo. Or were those someone else's words you spoke?
So you've met my grandson. You're right. I lied to everyone. I am so sorry. The gods should have killed me by now. Instead, they made me live with my remorse.
Why did you spread lies? People trusted you. You were supposed to bring them the word of Apollo.
I didn't plan to, not when I was chosen to be the Oracle of Apollo. But I met...
Also, I would imagine that Kassandra would know
or else my family would suffer
about the cult.
Family? Do you remember telling a Spartan family that their younger child must die? A grieving mother with eyes like mine.
I am so
I gave a
sorry
lot
for
of
what I've lost.
prophecies.
Who wanted you kidnapped? These brutes didn't come up with the idea themselves.
Please don't ask me that. The ones who want to punish me now, the ones who told me what to say, they would bury you alive if I told you about them.
The ones with masks and dark cloaks.
Ah,
The cult of Cosmos.
Do not speak their name.
it's too late. I have already spoken it.
Did she tell you? Is she the oracle who brought ruin on your family?
I'm sorry for what I've done. I accept my punishment. But please, don't let my grandson kill me. Lycaon's a good man, a healer. This would break him.
No, this is my responsibility. I must be the one to end her.
I've killed enough people to know that violence has no end. Better to move on, and make the best of the lives the gods have given you.
Move on? But you said Praxithea ruined your family.
She can do no more harm. Killing
Yeah.
her for revenge won't change.
Also, she was basically the mouthpiece for the cult, and really the cult deserves
Thank you.
the vengeance more than anybody else.
I promise I will do good with what's left of my days.
You're right, Kassandra. I might not be able to forgive my grandmother, not right away. But she can go.
Yeah, she should have left, let her family be killed.
How do you do this? Decide who lives and who dies?
Arbitrarily by the flip of a coin.
All those lives depending on you, needing your healing and kindness.
I think I need you, Kassandra. Not to kill anybody or find anything. Just to stay with me.
I can't stay forever, but for now, let me take care of you, healer.
So far in-game, Kassandra has gotten laid twice. Fantastic. Okay, so he didn't end up becoming a recruit for the boating, but there was a complete quest to it. Also, helmet? Okay, that was one really deadly bird. I mean, like, wow. Greetings and salutations, folks, and welcome back to Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Last time we defeated another cultist of the Cult of Cosmos, and also confronted the very same oracle that instructed instructed Alexios to be thrown off the side of a cliff. That led to Kassandra also being thrown off the side of the same cliff. Now, supposedly her messages were given to her by the Cult of Cosmos, which makes me wonder how the Cult of Cosmos got their information. Did they receive some sort of prophecy? If not from the gods, then perhaps by the artifact. Or some artifact that they had. But for now, let's see what this person wants.
This is sacred ground. You should not be here.
Oh my, okay.
Either leave or tell me what you want. Who are you?
That's a bit
I
hostile.
mean no disrespect. Then answer my questions. Who are you?
Some know me as the Eagle Bearer, but my friends called me Kassandra.
I am Daphne, leader of the Daughters of Artemis. And you are maybe exactly who I've been looking for.
And who would that be?
She's got a troublesome sales pitch.
One who straddles holds our world and the gods. One who will meet my challenge. When you put it like that, how could I not accept? There's a boar not too far from here. Kill it, then bring me its pelt. You want me to kill a pig? This is no ordinary boar. Let's see if you are worthy of my challenge. Kill it, and bring me the pelt. I'll be waiting, with your reward.
That is, much more ordinary than I expected. Let's see, it roams in the northern part of the sacred lands of Apollo. It has been seen on a marshy plateau. So, here maybe? Let's find out. I find that one Assassin's Creed holdover that I expect to be here and is not, and something I kind of like got into habit that I've stopped doing, is trying to hold down the A button while running.
The perfect hunter.
Jeez, like that. That bird is really tough. I need to somehow figure out how to get that bird to attack things, or I have to look up the controls for that. Anyway, because I remember playing like Assassin's Creed 1, 2, Brotherhood, Revelations, 3, Black Flag, and throughout all of those games, and I think even carrying on through at least Unity and what came after Unity? Anyway, the one that came after Unity, Syndicate, is that you had several modes of movement. You had your basic walk where you just move the analog stick. You had your jog where you'd be holding down the R trigger, and then you'd be holding down the analog stick, the R trigger, and the A button to sprint. Which was problematic because I don't think fingers were meant to kind of hold a controller in such a fashion.
I should be careful. High security here.
Really? High security? Is that doing any damage? Did I do anything to this boar? This boar has a ton of life, though. So I should expect to at least, once again, probably the most important ability that I got was the ability to heal. Anyway, like I was trying to say before I decided, oh, I'm just going to jump into battle before finishing my thought, is, like, I keep wanting to hold down the A button and the move button just while doing regular movement. Okay. Which, for regular movement, is just unnecessary, because it doesn't make Kassandra run faster. It just enables her to move over stuff. I didn't know there was a specific fighting area. Did the boar just heal itself? Okay. So it turns out the boar has reinforcements. Okay, I'm almost dead. What was I saying about a healing ability? Although I would imagine... How many reinforcements does this guy get? I'm doing a really bad job dodging his attacks. Okay. God damn it. Where the hell did these guys come from? There's a... Oh my god. Why is the fighting area so weirdly small? Damn it. And why am I fighting just an army? This isn't just one boar. This fight is getting a little bit boring. Ah, yep. Okay. Damn it. Okay, so now in theory I should be okay, unless the boar decides to somehow get another billion boar reinforcements from his boar army. Oh, look, there's his boar reinforcements. Damn it. See, I was thinking, like, I haven't really been using that many heavy attacks, but considering, like, I'm just kind of surrounded by dudes. See, I guess that's my main advantage. It's very... Which kind of reminds me of For Honor, now that I think about it. Like in For Honor, the more guys who surround you, the more... I forget which I've played it like a long time ago. You get specific bonus to your defense. But in this case, like, the more people attacking me at once, the more likely I am to enter that dodge state. Yeah, but at the very least, that got me a lot of animal skin.
Did you get lost? Here, I killed your piggy for you.
And your piggy's army of smaller piglets.
I have plenty of talents. Of that, you can be sure. Oh, is that so? Well, I look forward to putting them all to the test. Oh? And what did you have in mind? Many things. But first, to business. There are beasts that roam this world, but are not fully of it. They've been placed here by the gods as trials. as tests.
My path is already awesome
Neither
because
God nor
I am
mortal has
awesome.
stopped me so far from achieving my destiny. We will see. What exactly do you want me to do? I want you to prove your worth in the eyes of Artemis and hunt these creatures. I don't need to prove my worth to anyone. Just tell me what's the reward. With each pelt you return, I will grant you a boon from Artemis. If you are able to slay all the beasts, well, let's say your relationship with the daughters of Artemis will be forever changed.
You will receive your Daughters of Artemis membership card. Your Daughters of Artemis membership card will allow you a 10% discount at the Daughters of Artemis gift shop. And a subscription to the monthly newsletter.
Alright, I'll do it. Now, just how many of these animals are there? Artemis has laid out 8 trials, and you have already started the journey. Hunt down those that remain. How will I recognize the creatures? Oh, you'll know. Bring the
I wonder if
pellets
one
to
of
me.
those
I'll wait your return with my sisters,
trials is
the
related to
daughters
that
of
one
Artemis.
island I
I
went to
hope
that
you
was
don't
kind of
make me
blocked
wait
off.
too long to see your face again.
Ooh, but I got a sweet bow out of it, so, huh. Thank you for watching. Questions, comments, recommendations for something to play next? Comment down below or send it on over to itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. That's itsoundedgoodonpaper@gmail.com. So long for now.